like that. Ooh, I'm in my new bag. My first of the month, I'm a running back. Ay. Same day, why I'm a running back. Friday, payday, running back. Ay. Running back, running back, running back. 48 yards, I run it back. Ay. I cop a car, I run it back. Go your then run it back. Run it all in, talk it. Let me click over real quick to let my check talk it. I eat it, ooh, Pac-Man, that's the way my neck talking. Right, I ain't never coming back the way the stress. You don't make no clap back when you backpack, my bad, but I'm past that. With a NASDAQ, that's cash. When the money fall, I'ma slap that. Clap when the money go, you don't slap.
Hello, everyone. It's the...
All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Straight ahead, bragging rights on the line in the 46th meeting of the AFC and the NFC in the 2019 NFL Pro Bowl game. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The NFC offense taking the field, being led in blue by the NFL's all-time passing leader. 12th Pro Bowl nomination for the great QB from New Orleans, Drew Brees.
And you and I both know that this is not easy for him. It's fun to play football at any time, but you know he'd rather be preparing for the Super Bowl and still trying to get that missed call out of his head that may have prevented his Saints from getting there.
Now Brees. That's caught over the middle. Hooper. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. For Drew Brees, this his 12th Pro Bowl nomination. Though he hasn't played all 12 years, but still, what a career and what a season. And to do it at this age, unbelievable.
Not too bad for a guy who turned 40 the week leading up to the NFC Championship game. He keeps himself in such superb physical condition and still loves everything that goes along with football. He makes
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller doing what he does best with a sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure it out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you. And you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Well, he was so good throwing the football on third down during the regular season. Why wouldn't he carry over here to the Pro Bowl?
Sometimes that's just who you are, right? If you're good at something during, as you said, during the regular season, so what if it's with a bunch of guys you're unfamiliar with? It's third down. He finds a way to convert.
Back to the ground game here. Gurley. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. They created some nice space for him.
Well, he'll be brought down short of the 15, but a really good move on the run. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with third down and just a yard to go.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Brees to Ertz for the NFC first. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. Now the leading rusher in the league, Ezekiel Elliott of the Cowboys, his second Pro Bowl. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. I'm no offensive mastermind, but of all the guys on the field to block, you might want to stop him.
Look, I've got a very simple rule. An unblocked...
And he will carry this one in. Touchdown, NFC. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the NFC takes it all the way down the field to score on their opening drive. So the NFC with our first touchdown of the game. And, of course, we'll probably see some offense in this one. I don't know, though, that we'll see what we saw in 2013 when the NFC posted 62 points.
You talk about pyrotechnics. That was crazy, even for a Pro Bowl. 62 points. I think you watch your voice in that one, talking about all the touchdowns that were scored.
I would love to see 63 or more, though, I got to tell you. All about offense in this thing.
Pro Bowl, offense. Let's go.
Mahomes in the AFC now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They go play action. Now Mahomes. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. And they didn't wait long to take a shot there, that's for sure. But it falls incomplete, and it's second down. Time for a check of the starting offensive unit here for the AFC.
It's not often we start a game talking about an offensive lineman, but with Quentin Nelson, I absolutely have to do that. The rookie out of Notre Dame transformed not only an offensive line in 2018, he transformed an offense. In fact, he was the only guard ever named Rookie of the Month, and he did so in October of last year.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. For Patrick Mahomes, what a season he had. First as a full-time starter, and he goes over 5,000 yards, 50 touchdowns, and rewarded with his first Pro Bowl.
And think about if you're in Kansas City, the organization, the team, the city, how well are you set up for future years with that youngster as your quarterback? Not only are the guys on the team excited about it.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Here's the NFC offense set to take over again. Well, we can continue to talk Pro Bowl as we go along, but let's talk a little Super Bowl. Super Bowl 53, 1 week from today over in Atlanta, New England taking on the Rams. Time for your Super Bowl prediction, CD. What do you think?
Well, everyone thinks defense when they think the New England Patriots, but in the time that they've had their head coach and their quarterback, Tom Brady, guess what? They're the #1 offensive team in the...
Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. 30, 10, and touchdown. Todd Gurley, 82 yards. And the NFC strikes quickly for 6. That's what we want right there, CD. It's a Pro Bowl. Give us some of these long touchdowns.
We want plays that cover a lot of ground. We want long-distance plays, whether long-distance runs, long-distance passes. It doesn't matter. In the Pro Bowl, big plays.
It only took him 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Mahomes in the AFC now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Going deep for Hopkins. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Kyle Fuller there defensively.
Well, partner, I guess that answers the question about whether they're going to sit on it or not.
It does. Now we'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, I think what we find on plays like that, when you take that shot, if you're unsuccessful, then you go way more conservative to finish the half, you know? I think that's the way they'll go.
And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. Going deep. He's got a man. Complete. And he will score. Touchdown AFC. DeAndre Hopkins. 75 yards. And the AFC able to draw a bit closer. Wouldn't be the Pro Bowl without the QBs taking some shots, and that shot paid off.
He understood, I don't know if it's instinctively or if he did his homework, that you do take your shots, as you said, in this game because the payoff is terrific. We will remember how many touchdown passes you throw. I don't think we ever recall how many interceptions you throw in a game like this.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The NFC offense heading back onto the field. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times it's just a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that. So many different things, so many different ways. But right now, you got to like what they're doing. They have put distance between themselves and their opponent.
Looking to add on here in the second quarter. And he will find his Saints teammate Michael Thomas complete.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And he connects with Ertz. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 18 yards there and a first down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes. Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Charles, this the 2019 Pro Bowl. The AFC's won both games that have been played here in Orlando since they moved it here. Both have been competitive, 20-13 2 seasons ago, and last year in 2018 it was 24-23 the final.
Yeah, and 2 years ago, Travis Kelce, Lorenzo Alexander were the game MVPs, offense and defense respectively. And then last year, Delaney Walker of the Titans, their tight end, he won it on offense. And Von Miller of the Broncos.
He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Bernardrick McKinney muscled his way in for the sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
And this is Ertz with it, right side. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely. I mean, size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together.
And he will score. Touchdown, NFC. From 13 yards out. And the NFC adds on to their lead.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed. Way harder to cover than before.
Rosas good with the extra point. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Powerful running. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The AFC offensive unit getting set to take over. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they would try to get that touchdown back in one shot. DeAndre Hopkins, he's all alone. And all the way in for the touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins for 6. Oh, and it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Drew Brees and his NFC teammates set to begin their next drive. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to more NFL action on EA Sports after this.
Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day on this. It's going to be a long day.
Now Breeze throwing on second down. Well, the pressure gets home, and the AFC comes up with a sack. Now the AFC going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now Breeze on third down. It's over the middle. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. Throwing on first down is Breeze. And this will be incomplete. The Pro Bowler Michael Thomas was the intended receiver. And it's second down. We mentioned the history of this game, the Pro Bowl. Of course, for many folks our age, the Pro Bowl always meant a trip to Hawaii. You know, they held it there from 80 till 09, and again for a handful of years in this decade before the last 3 being here in Orlando.
And there's something to be said, no doubt about it, for getting to go to Hawaii. Imagine being named a Pro Bowler.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Now the NFC going to call the first of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Breeze to throw again. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he will score. Touchdown NFC. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the NFC able to widen their advantage. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Getting set to go again, DeAndre Hopkins marches back onto the field. He has certainly made the most of his catches so far, both of them going for touchdowns here in half number 1.
And we've never met a team that doesn't talk about getting off to a fast.
And that's caught inside the 30. A big play there for the AFC. 49 yards. They go play action here on first down. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Kelsey, the intended receiver there.
Yellow lady, yellow lady. Here we go.
They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. Now the AFC going to take a timeout. It's their second as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Now on second down, this is Gurley. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. The numbers for the NFC on third down can't be any better than a perfect 6 for 6. This is 3rd and 14. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. So we've reached halftime of the 20. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. This one fielded at the 5. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The AFC offense now set to start this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the set. Oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. It's a loss of 8 there on the first down play. Well, go ahead and mark that down as one of the most bizarre first down calls in the history of the National Football League. A fake, and it backfires.
But we've seen a lot of
first down.
Yeah, you're right. And we've seen a lot of innovation throughout the years in the NFL. I mean, we've gone from the single wing to the T formation to shotgun, right? Running spread, run and shoot, you name it, right?
To first down field goal.
First down field goal fakes. I think that's an innovation that will not catch on.
Getting a hand in there and knocking it away, Eddie Jackson. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Here's Brett Kern now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And taken right at the 35. 12 yards on the return that time. And the NFC will take over first and 10. Now the NFC heading out for their first drive of the second half. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's pressure, and the AFC gets to him for the sack. The number 1 pick, Myles Garrett, coming in to drop him.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. Quarterback was hit.
He was brought down by Xavier Howard of Miami.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Breeze going to throw. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. The sack there by J.J. Watt. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the AFC will have it for the AFC now with a 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. They go play fake. Mahomes. And now he'll let this one go deep, back over the middle. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins, the Pro Bowler, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the...
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. That's sacked by Khalil Mack.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
And from their own end zone, it's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. On 1st and goal, Gurley looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offense.
And he will score. Touchdown, NFC. From 8 yards out. And the NFC adds on to their lead. Well, we saw that tandem hook up quite a few times during the regular season, didn't we?
We certainly did, and it continues now in the Pro Bowl. You have to know that even if they didn't consciously plan it, you do try and find guys you're familiar with in a game like this.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The AFC offense making their way back out. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw. And now he'll let this one go deep, back over the middle. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on to it at 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the field.
And, oh, we've seen it all now. It's a fake.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
And incomplete, so the fake, a third down fake that is, doesn't work, but now it's fourth down.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
They do go for it. It's Mahomes. And he connects with Ebron. Give him 16 on the pickup, and the AFC has a first down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. And that's going to leave him with just one timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back. Oh, he'll try and throw it deep to the other side of the field. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Getting a hand in there and knocking it away, Eddie Jackson.
Well, the obvious goal is to try and score a touchdown, but at the least, adding to a pretty big yardage total for his intended receiver there, huh?
Yeah, well, when you've got a guy over 150 yards, keep chucking it deep to him, I guess.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You can get it to him short, and he can make plays that way, but I like what you just said. Throw it to him deep and get it in a big chunk.
But incomplete on that try. A surprising move to go for it, predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and the NFC is going to get the football back in excellent field position. They fake the give. Here's Breeze. He's going to air one out. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for Julio Jones, his Pro Bowl receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
And Jones has it over the middle. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. The numbers for the NFC on third down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This is 3rd and 7. To throw is Breeze. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And a gain there of 11 yards.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
On first down, it's Gurley. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
That was a really nice play, able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. That catch good for 5. It's third down. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic, and people wanting to put a little contact on it. Really well done.
And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead. Confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish. Because strategy would tell you, run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
And that's going to be caught. Touchdown NFC. 4 touchdown passes now for Drew Brees. And the NFC able to widen their advantage.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors. But that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the...
This one continues to go. PAT up and good by Rosas. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Back out is the AFC offense. And it's great to see the stars all out in one place, but in terms of football, what's really great to see is a very entertaining Pro Bowl as we are tied in the fourth quarter.
And how many of these guys thought going into this game, after a pretty easy week heading into it, that the pressure would ratchet up now and someone has to make a play, which means someone will have a play made against them, and they'll have to live with that for the rest of the year.
They'll roll him out right. Going deep, and that's caught inside the 35. A big play there for the AFC. 45 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to...
Well, the NFC pressure a little too much as they get home for the sack. Khalil Mack picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Here's Mahomes to throw. Going deep for Hopkins. And this is taken in at the 5. And he will score. Touchdown AFC. DeAndre Hopkins, 41 yards. And the AFC able to cut into the lead. Well, yes, that's his third touchdown catch, which is very impressive, but on the scoreboard, they're still struggling.
So safe to say that without him, my goodness, yikes, they are in major league trouble. He's doing his best to try and keep them in the game.
Buying time to his left. And it's incomplete, but a flag is down here, so hang on. Let's see what we've got. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
The offense for the NFC back out there. And I tell you what, the AFC continuing their good run of form the last few years. They're on their way to making it 3 straight wins here at the Pro Bowl.
So what they're telling us by their play is that it actually does mean something, doesn't it? We always say, the Pro Bowl, what does it actually mean? There is pride in their conference, and the AFC showing their pride in a big way over the last few seasons.
Now a handoff for Gurley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy, just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards. Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Derwin James, who had a sensational rookie season in L.A., he makes the tackle. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. So it's the NFC with the football as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down. On third down, they'll run it with Gurley. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up fourth down. On is Aldrick Roses for the NFC field goal. This from 44 yards out, left hash. And Roses puts this one through. And that will make the lead now 26. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The AFC offensive unit getting set to take over. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you..."
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Eddie Jackson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
We got 4. We got 4.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Encroachment, defense.
Jumping all the way from the outside, maybe getting a little early start. So, Charles, a victory for the NFC. Final thoughts on this Pro Bowl?
We had some fun, didn't we?
Absolutely.
A lot of excitement, some big plays to watch, a lot of those great matchups that we don't get to see during the regular season because sometimes teams don't play against